Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, February 12th through Sunday, February 18th, 2018. For this week's weekly message, we're going to be using the Power Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue for the main message. Your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to come from the Archangel Messages deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So let's go ahead and take a look at your stones of choice before we get into the astrology for the week. Your first stone of choice is rose quartz. Now, rose quartz is a stone of the heart chakra. So we're talking about emotional healing, healing of old emotional wounds. It's about love of others, as well as self-love and helping to heal self-worth issues. This is good for soulmate relationships, calling in your soulmate, connecting with your soulmate, as well as assisting with existing relationships that you might be in, whether they're romantic, friendship, or family. Okay, your second stone of choice is a clear quartz crystal point. The clear quartz crystal, you can see how clear this one is. It's an energy that actually magnifies whatever intention is put into it. So you can actually take a clear quartz and you can meditate with it and, create a certain specific intention so that every time you use it, it has that intention. Again, clear quartz magnifies energies, so it can magnify the energies of other stones that you might be using. It can magnify, again, whatever intentions that you're putting out. In fact, this week we have a new Moon Solar Eclipse that we're going to talk about, so it can help to magnify the intentions of new beginnings and what it is that you're trying to create. It can even magnify the energies within you, so that if you're happy and focused and, even if you're starting to see the unfolding of success or abundance, it can increase those energies within you so that you're putting that out to the universe. Your last stone of choice is an amethyst point. And amethyst, of course, with that beautiful dark purple color, it relates to Archangel Michael's energy as well as Saint Germain's violet flame energy. This is the energy of the crown chakra, so opening up to higher wisdom and guidance. That opening of the crown chakra can open you up to claircognizance, which is the energy of clear knowing. So it brings in, again, this psychic energy of just knowing what is right, knowing what the next best step is, and it really also pays attention to dreams and having psychic dreams. The purple color is one of the highest vibrations, so it's just really a great stone to kind of raise your own energy level as far as, your evolution and growth is concerned. So again, your stones of choice are the rose quartz, the clear crystal point, or the amethyst. So let's talk about the astrological energies of the week. We do have quite a bit happening and going on. So starting out on Tuesday the 13th, we have Mercury the Messenger, the planet of the mental realm. It's in Aquarius, which is a good place for it because Aquarius can be a logical sign as well, or a sign of the intellect, as well as a sign of intuition and higher guidance. Aquarius has that claircognizant ability that we were just talking about. So Mercury in Aquarius is challenging, though, Jupiter and Scorpio. Now, that Scorpio energy is very fixed and stubborn, and so is Aquarius. They're both considered fixed signs, which means they have kind of a stubborn energy. Aquarius is more of the mind, logical, it's an air sign, and Scorpio is a water sign, so it's more emotional and feeling oriented. So these two energies are going to clash a little bit, and I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a tug of war, maybe some power and control issues. Maybe it's with other people, maybe it's like within yourself, to where logic versus emotions, or I feel like there's something to do with empowerment here because Jupiter is in Scorpio, so we're dealing with those energies of power and control issues with other people, or disempowerment versus, again, taking your power back and owning your power and being empowered. Jupiter is the planet of belief system, so it deals with our belief systems about these areas of life. So again, Mercury is of the mind, and Jupiter kind of is of the mental realm as well. So there's something going on in the mental realm to where there's some challenges, some blocks, some disempowering, ideas that we might be holding, or even disempowering communications that we're having with other people, to where my belief systems are different than your belief systems, and they don't match up, so it creates a little bit of like friction. Now on Thursday the 15th is where we have our new moon solar eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So before we start about talking about that, I want to say that right before that, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're in the dark of the moon. And the dark of the moon also kind of brings up, old emotional stuff, karmic patterns, things that need to be released. When we're in that dark of the moon phase, we're releasing on a huge level. And especially so because this new moon on Thursday is a solar eclipse energy, which it intensifies and heightens the power of that new beginning cycle. Again, it's at 27 degrees Aquarius, which is a sign that deals with the humanitarian, groups of like-minded people, deals with invention, it deals with forward thinking, it also deals with the betterment of the collective, rather than the one or the few. It's talking about the many, and so what's best for the collective, or opening up to that collective energy. Now this new moon solar eclipse, again, the solar eclipse makes it more powerful as a new moon. The aspects for it are the moon, which is in Leo, okay, because the new moon solar eclipse is both the moon and the sun, thinking of the full moon. The new moon solar eclipse has both the sun and the moon at 27 degrees Aquarius. And the moon in Aquarius is actually creating what we call a sextile to Uranus. And it's conjuncting Mercury in Aquarius. Now we have a couple of other sextiles. Mercury sextiles Uranus, Venus sextiles Saturn. Why do I mention all these sextiles? Because those are aspects of opportunity. And because we have 3 sextiles going on for this new moon solar eclipse, there's a lot of opportunities here. There's opportunities for communication that are going to help to forward us into the, what it is that we're trying to, the direction we're trying to move into, or things that we're trying to manifest for our future goals and dreams coming true. There's opportunities for that. There's opportunities for higher intuition and connecting with our angels and guides to receive ideas and messages and inspiration from the higher realms. There's an aspect here with the Venus and Saturn, an opportunity to manifest something. Venus rules money, it rules finances, it rules personal resources, it rules relationships, it rules the power of the divine feminine. So a lot of opportunities here with this new moon solar eclipse. This time of new beginnings, start something new after this solar eclipse. Any little thing towards what it is that you want to manifest, the steps that you're trying to take towards your goals and your dreams, do something on that day. Then we're going to skip to Saturday, and there's a lot going on Saturday and Sunday. Now we're going to start to feel this Friday. When I speak of Eastern time, because that's currently where I am, is in the Eastern time zone. But late on Friday and going into Saturday, we have Mars challenging Neptune. We have the sun connecting with Mercury in the last degree of Aquarius. And right after that, Mercury actually moves into the next sign of Pisces. And on Sunday, the sun follows, moving into the sign of Pisces. So that's a lot of things happening here at the end of the week on the weekend. Mars challenging Neptune sometimes can usurp our physical energy, because Mars rules our physical energy. It rules action, and Neptune comes in and kind of usurps that. It kind of, because it's a planet of the spiritual realm, it kind of zaps that a little bit. So we might feel more physically tired over the weekend. We might have kind of strange and unusual things that are going on, or something that's redirected, or something that we didn't previously see that again kind of confuses us and appears over the weekend. Hang on there as far as trying to take actions for the weekend, and again having it being misdirected in some way, or maybe it's misdirected for a purpose, and spirit and universe is kind of redirecting it so that there's something different that comes out of it from rather than what we originally maybe thought. With Mercury and the Sun coming together in the last degree of Aquarius, it's highlighting that Aquarian energy again of groups, humanitarian efforts, the collective, inventions, channeling, astrology. All these things are ruled by Aquarius. And then with Mercury and the Sun moving into Pisces on Saturday and then Sunday, this is going to shift the energy from more of the logical, intellectual, communicative air sign of Aquarius into the receptive, intuitive, unconditionally loving and compassionate energy of Pisces. Pisces is more of a go with the flow energy. So we start now to have to kind of have that aspect of surrender with how things are unfolding or how things are happening. Although with Mercury in Pisces, you also want to make more of an effort or a point of focus to be more clear with communication matters, although it's really good for creative writing, and it's really good for meditation, and it's really good for receiving messages again and using your intuition from the higher realms and from your angels and guides. So that's a little bit about what's going on astrologically. Now again, we have lots of cards shown here because when I pulled the first card and the last card, 2 cards came out. So we actually have a total of 5 cards here. So forgive me if I speak a little bit faster in going through them, because we want to make sure the video doesn't cut off here at about the half-hour mark, and we don't want to lose part of the reading. So we start out with the 8 of Raphael this week, and it says, "There is something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest." Now this is like the 8 of Cups in the traditional tarot. This is about walking away from something that's not emotionally fitting for you anymore, not emotionally working for you anymore. You feel emotionally disempowered in some way with the current circumstances, situations, relationships, or ways of operating within yourself. So it's really time to kind of consider, rather than continuing to disempower yourself, is to walk away or move away from whatever this is. And just as she's getting ready to cross over a bridge here, she's getting ready to cross over to something more empowering, something to where she's taking her power back, something to where there's more abundance and prosperity. The number 8 deals also with abundance and prosperity. So again, there is something better waiting for you here. Archangel Raphael's coming in to heal whatever that might be on an emotional level for you this week. Let's take a look at that second card because it seems to maybe go with the first. We'll see. The Knight of Ariel, which is like the Knight of Discs or the Knight of Earth. And this says trustworthy, understanding, devoted, and funny. And at the bottom it says there is so much to accomplish. Make a very detailed plan, being watched over by someone kind. What sticks out for me here is to make a detailed plan, that there's a lot of things that are coming up. There's a lot of things that we have to work on to accomplish. Again, this is the Earth, so it's about manifestation, work, focus, organization. So there's a lot to do, and maybe you need to write out a list physically. I mean, I've had to do that actually recently, is make a list of all the things that I need to get done before moving across the country to Oregon. And so that seems to go along with the first card, because the first card, remember, said there's something better waiting for you, okay? Do what you know is right. Make an organized, detailed, and focused plan here of your next steps, the next steps that you want to take. We're in kind of the beginning stages, so to speak, of doing that, because it's the Knight. The Knight is more of a younger energy. It's not fully mature yet. So again, we're in the process of growth here with this card. All right, let's take a look at this card here in the middle. Okay, we have Major Arcana number 9. In this deck, it's called Epiphany, and it's with Archangel Raziel. The message at the bottom says, joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others, and answers that come through meditation. This is interesting because if we look at this as a progression throughout the week, perhaps, Thursday is that new moon solar eclipse. So right before then, Wednesday, we have the dark of the moon. This is where it is a good time to meditate, to clear ourselves, to contemplate what are the next steps. And then, of course, the new moon kind of enlightens things again. The new moon starts to shine its light so that the moon can grow larger and larger and larger and illuminate something. And that, to me, is what epiphany means. We're going to have this epiphany where the light is starting to shine again on these new beginnings that the new moon solar eclipse at 27 degrees of Aquarius is bringing in. So again, we have Archangel Raziel. He's kind of the angel of alchemy, you know, of alchemy and manifestation and magic. And so here we have this magical energy with this eclipse that's happening and all of these sextiles, these opportunities that are there. And, you know, in order to take the best advantage of an opportunity, you have to take action on them, right? So right after the solar eclipse, there's an opportunity, take action on it, because those sextiles, those aspects of opportunity, if they're not energized in some way, then they can just kind of float on by and we kind of miss them. Again, let's look at the bottom. Spiritual growth, be a light to others. I really feel, again, it's more about the meditation and coming into the answers, just like it says at the end, answers that come through meditation. Let's take a look at the next card. Okay, we have another major arcana. Interesting that we have the moon here because, again, we have a solar eclipse with the moon and the sun. So major arcana 18, the moon with Archangel Haniel, which is the archangel that deals with our psychic gifts, our psychic intuitions, our healing abilities. She deals with our subconscious and healing the subconscious, just like the moon. The moon actually, in astrology, rules the subconscious. It rules our subconscious needs and desires. So at the bottom here, we have the opportunity to improve your plans, okay? Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance, face your fears, and grow stronger. So there's a lot of things here about listening to your intuition, meditating, tapping in, you know, to the spiritual realm. Again, having that epiphany, having that clarification of what the next steps are. Moving forward with the Knight of Ariel, you know, the Knights are about moving forward. And here again with the moon, the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for active guidance. So I'd say there's some emotional healing that's going on this week, you know, and that I feel isn't necessarily at the end of the week, as you know, is where the position of this card is, but I feel like it's throughout the week. Because again, we have that dark of the moon phase right before the eclipse. We have planets moving into Pisces at the end of the week, which becomes again very spiritual, emotional, intuitive, and self-reflective. So there's a lot happening this week where we need to pay attention to how we feel, what feels right to you as you move forward. Let's take a look at this last card here before we get to your special message cards. And we have the Seven of Raphael, which is like the Seven of Cups in the traditional tarot. And the number 7 sometimes can bring in an element of having to have trust and faith. Sometimes we feel confused because what seems logical isn't, you know, what seems logical or illogical, we have to really pay more attention to the intuitive. You know, that's kind of what I feel with the number 7. It's like logic versus intuition. So we can look around us and say, well, that doesn't make any logical sense, but we just have to trust and have faith that it's going to unfold the way it needs to, and it usually does. And then we say, oh, see, I just needed to listen to my own intuition. I just needed to kind of go with what Spirit was guiding me towards in order to have things, you know, really unfold in the best possible way for me. Again, the Cups deals with our feelings and our emotions, and the message at the bottom says, time to make a decision. Be clear about what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. That detoxification is usually of the emotions, on the emotional level, where we're needing to release and let go of old hurts, old traumas, you know, frustrations, anger, depression, anxieties. Again, those are things on the emotional level. We actually have 2 cards here that deal with the emotions, the 8 of Raphael and the 7 of Raphael. So, you know, if we look at this as a progression, there's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right. Again, the Knight here is about making movement forward, making a plan, writing things out. The Epiphany card, we're going to, you know, see the light. We're going to start to have an aha moment about things so that we can move forward. We're dealing with the Moon card, our emotions, our feelings, and releasing some of that, listening to our intuition and guidance. And here at the end, it's time to make a decision. And that goes with the solar eclipse as well. You know, new moon, solar eclipse, new beginnings. It's time to make a decision to leave the old behind, which was that full moon lunar eclipse we had on January 31st, that powerful supermoon, blue moon lunar eclipse, which, by the way, is again still active until the next set of eclipses comes in July and August. And the solar eclipse also too is active that long. So, you know, we don't have to make the new beginning all in one day or all this week. This is going to be a process. But again, it's time to make the decision to move forward. All right, let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice. So we're going to give these a little shuffle. I'm going to take a little breath here. Okay, those of you that chose the rose quartz people, your messages feel like this one here. Clear your space with Archangel Jophiel. And it says get rid of clutter. Get rid of, yes, I'm sorry, get rid of clutter. Clear the energy around you and use feng shui. I feel like, you know, this is purging things physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I feel like it's the whole gamut here. You know, clear out that drawer, clear out that closet, clear out your whole living space, clear out your workspace. You know, whatever you're guided to do. Maybe it's the whole thing. But clutter in your physical environment causes clutter in your spiritual environment, your spiritual energy, to where if there's clutter, new things can't come in because there's no space for them. You know, there's too much stuff going on. So if you release and let go of the clutter, or at least organize it and maybe purge some things along the way, you're making room for something new to come in. And again, this is an aspect of feng shui. You might actually look up how to do some feng shui, like the prosperity and abundance corner of your home or your office might need to be cleared and set up appropriately to bring in more abundance and prosperity. So I feel like, again, do an energy clearing. Perhaps you can do some Reiki on yourself or find somebody to do energy work or clearing work on you. Maybe you could smudge yourself. Because that is also a way to clear your energy, or take a sea salt bath. These are all ways to kind of clear your energy so that your space is clear and your self is clear for new things to come in. All right, so for those of you that chose the clear quartz crystal point, this one is calling my attention. Moon cycles, okay, so this new moon solar eclipse is going to be very important for you. You might want to find out where in your astrological chart that new moon solar eclipse falls, what house of the zodiac it falls, if it falls on any of your planets or points, your ascendant, your descendant, etc. There's something that's being activated here with this moon cycle, and perhaps the following set of eclipses too is what I'm getting in July and August. So this is with Archangel Haniel. Again, Archangel Haniel comes up, that archangel that deals with emotions, the subconscious, our intuitions, our psychic abilities, our healing abilities. The message says, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon those cycles. Okay, so I feel like if you haven't already, from the full moon lunar eclipse on January 31st, they're saying use the dark of the moon time period on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to release, let go, cut cords, take a sea salt bath, get rid of clutter, you know, whatever it is, to release and let go energetically of what you no longer need. Because as the new moon solar eclipse comes in, it's going to really assist in the manifestation process of what you want. After the new moon solar eclipse is when you want to then write down in the following day or two the intentions of what it is that you want to see grow, expand, and manifest as you move forward in your life. Maybe even do a little ceremony, light a candle, you know, during that solar eclipse time period. That can be quite powerful to have that intention when you light a candle, use some crystals or what have you in ceremony. All right, and then for those of you that chose the amethyst, looking for the message for amethyst people. You know what? This one's calling my name. Amethyst, leadership. Okay, I love this card. This is with Archangel Gabriel. It is time for you to assume your leadership power and passion and lovingly guide others. Okay, so what I feel right away from this is, again, the new moon solar eclipse is about new beginnings. It's in the sign of Aquarius, which deals with groups of people, being the humanitarian. I feel like some of you maybe need to step into some sort of leadership role within some sort of group. Maybe it's a class, maybe it's an online support group, maybe it's within your career path at work. There's something about taking your power and being a leader. Now, it could mean a promotion of some sort. It could mean being like a manager or supervisor. But you don't have to have those titles, or you don't have to be promoted to take a leadership role and speak your truth and own your power. So there is, definitely something here about utilizing those positive energies. And I feel like for you, focusing on especially the solar plexus chakra, which is yellow in color. The solar plexus is where we own our power, where we own our truth, where we're confident and courageous. Even something about the sacral chakra and the orange, which is being passionate about what you're doing, or have a passion for life or the projects that you're moving through. It's about creative self-expression. A way to activate all of these energies in your life is to wear colors of orange and yellow, or eat foods that are orange and yellow, or you could even go to like a party store and buy orange and yellow light bulbs. I use that when I do healing with color therapy, is I have all these different colored light bulbs for the chakras. And you can kind of, like lie down on the couch and shine those orange and yellow lights upon you to kind of activate that energy as well. So you're definitely kind of stepping up your game here. And they're also saying stepping into a leadership position as far as a light worker. So some of you may be teeter-tottering on really bringing your gifts out into the open. And this is a time to really say, yes, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to, start that school, or I'm going to be a psychic reader or healer, or I'm going to make this my profession, or, whatever it might be. So it's like stepping up into your light worker role, whatever that might be as well. So I hope you've liked this weekly angel card reading. I want to wish you all much love and light as we move through these eclipse energies. Thank you so much for your support, your love, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel and watching my Facebook posts. I love each and every one of you, and I'm sending you again much love and light and many, many angel blessings.